Hello everyone, Savory here, and I just wanted to show you my progression with one of the core elements of Cabsidino, and that is the fishing mechanics. I have roughed them out and have gotten a pretty I gotten the main core of the fishing mechanics designed. So now it's just refining and getting the feel right. So let me show you what I've done. First, when you ever get to a body of water, it asks you want to fish. Eventually, I'll have him with a pole sticking out when he's fishing. But I've had some issues with M3D MZ3D incorporating that. But it's more of an issue on my end and not the plugin. So first of all, it will tell you the conditions of the water. This also affects how successful your attempt to catch a fish is. So it's just cast with a standard lure that you have equipped. You could do a pull and add bait to it to increase your chances to catch a fish. Or if you decide not to fish, you can cancel. I have not programmed the bait yet, but there's not much you can do. There's no items yet. I haven't programmed the bait. So next, after that, you cast the rod, which is a mini game where you try to when the sliding bar slides to the target, you hit it just in time. It's random. If you get it right, it's a bullseye. If you get it wrong, it fails, and it actually goes towards you failing catching the fish or succeeding. It adds a point or subtracts a point to your the invisible counter, which tells you if you catch a fish. The next, you have to watch the bob. I know that not every fish you catch, you use a bob. Sometimes if you're catching fish, deep fishing, you let the lure sink to the bottom or the bait sink to the bottom. But I needed a mechanic that just to add flavor to it. So I decided you watch the bob, and your goal is to try to catch it when it's submerged in the water, which I failed. It's fully, it wasn't sunk, so I failed that, so I'll have a point minus from the invisible tally if I catch a fish. So the final game is just button mashing, and eventually I'd like to add a little bit more to that, but depending on what the fish is. But for right now, you're going to try to yank the fish out by tapping the button as quickly as possible. If you get it past the target, then the yank is successful. And then finally, you reel in the fish. The fish got away because I did too badly on the mini games, and plus also there's a random generated number. So there's a randomly generated number, and the difficulty of the fish plus the 3 mini games will dictate if you catch the fish or not. But if you're good at the mini games and you use the correct bait, you will mostly get, and you know what you're doing. Using the correct bait in the correct area for the fish, you usually will get the fish. But again, this is the basics of this system. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've done so far. So I actually use an ID tag in RPG Maker to tell if he's on water or not. Let's try again. Again, I have a polling animation. I just haven't figured out how to put it into the game yet. So let's try again. I only got partly submerged. I might not make it. Okay, I did. And I still didn't succeed. So most of the graphics right now I made or I modified from the tile. Like the tile sets, I modified them. I just painted over them. I actually did some I actually did some filters to make them a certain thing, and then I actually used a pixel brush and painted over it to try to make it match a certain style. Well, this one's going to be a little shorter because there's not much. I have the basics of the fishing mechanics done. Hopefully, I can make it more in depth when I get all the fishies and the trouts plugged in. Yeah, and that's about it. I mean, I just used common events and scripting to do it. I didn't use any plugins for the fishing mechanics, which I'm kind of proud of because so far I've had to heavily use on MZ3D. I've never been a great programmer. I've just kind of been a spaghetti coder. So to get something work like this is really exciting. Well, that's about it. Hope you have a wonderful. Thanks for watching again. Have a wonderful day.